What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with me, your boy Iggy. Today, you join me back in the smelting room, where we are actually going to be ripping out all of the smelters here and relocating them to a different location where we have a slightly better setup. Because the issue with these is the minecart right here can pick up 5 stacks, right? So we've got 16 furnaces. So eventually what'll happen is it will evenly distribute, its 5 stacks to the furnaces here, right? But then once it's empty, if there's still more things in the chest, when it comes and touches down right here, it will only pick up like maybe 2 to 4 items tops. And then it just deposits them in these first furnaces and not any of these further down furnaces, which is an issue because it's using the fuel all kinds of wonky. So basically what we need to do is set this up so that it will continuously stop and refill if there's items in the chest, and then go down the row, drop everything off, come back, go down the row, drop everything off, etc. as it refills, so that way everything burns in order. So I'm going to try just doing a simple fix. We're just going to move this and make a new building because we do need to fill out the area over behind the townhouses anyways. So I figured this would be a perfect place to attempt that. And worst case, if this design does not work, we end up just doing Mango super fancy over the top. Everything's perfectly distributed at the same time, like very redstone intensive build. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead, get all of this ripped out, and then I will meet you over at the build site for the new smelter, and we can start kind of working some things out on how we're going to get this place. So I will be back with you in a jiff, and we'll get cracking on today's episode. Alrighty, so here we are behind the townhouse. This is very plain, so we're definitely going to be doing something about that very, very soon. But I'm kind of laying things out for the smelter here. So what I wanted is this wall right here to be flush with this wall right here, so we can just continue that out and then put some buildings over here on the side to kind of hide the flatness. So we don't need to worry about that too much. So this can just be, the wall can just continue forward right here. I did want to make sure that we left a decent amount of space in the back, just because last time I did not do that, and I kind of wish that I did, because it made it hard to modify the design after the fact. So we are definitely going to be leaving probably the 5 blocks back there, and then probably a decent number up in the front as well, which will be able to give us a nice tall roof that we can kind of blend into the back of this building without obstructing the top windows up there. So that's the plan there. So next up, what we got to do basically is figure out how our system is going to work here. So I'm thinking for the first bit, we're going to need at least a 6-block runway right here, and then we'll probably start with our double chests. I mean, the double chest can line up with that perfectly, so I guess we could hypothetically start with that right there. It just might get a little tricksy with the fueling. We will have to, I'm going to have to play with the design here a little bit, but basically I'm going to get your standard smelter array in here. So we're going to have, 32 hoppers coming out of this. So let's go ahead and just see how far back these come if we do a full half stack here. Hopefully we have enough room without it continuing too far past the end. Are we just going to make this? Ooh, that's tough. Okay. Well, that works out because we are going to have this building right here as the little side portion. So that actually might work out just fine. The only issue I'm having is that this is sticking out a little bit far over this way. So we're going to have to probably do this building before we do this building. So we're going to have our smelter exposed for a little bit. I don't know if I like that. So we've got 3 hoppers left. Man, this thing is a little larger than I had anticipated, but you know what? We will find a way to make it work, and we'll do it without planning any of this out in creative first. So let's just go ahead and tear some of this right here out, so we've got a nice flush surface to work with. All nice and leveled. Okay. So let's see, and then we can go ahead and just put our last 3. Ooh, we got Swift Sneak. I forgot about that. Oh, that makes everything so much nicer. Okay, let's get our shulker box so we can just chuck all of this garbage into, because I don't like to waste blocks. See, when you build small and you like terraform stuff like this, if you save all of your dirt and everything, it comes in so much handy later on. So let's see. Basically, we're going to have our super long furnace line right here. I mean, I could pull it over, but that's not going to give us very much room at the very end. Because we need a 6-block runway. If the wall's right there, even if we just left a 1-block gap, we'll play it 2 just to be safe. And then we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what if we moved our chest to here and here? How far does that? Let's see. Let's go grab 3 hoppers off the end there. And see if we can't just pull this in just ever so slightly. The other thing is this is going to be like a really absurdly long smelting array here now that I like really step back and look at it. But you know what? That's fine. We'll make it work. So let's just go ahead and boom, boom, boom. All right. So I'm going to get the rest of it set up and then we'll go ahead and have a look at how we're going to modify this for it to accommodate our needs here. So give me just a moment to get the furnaces and the other hoppers in place. And then once we've got all that, we'll join back up and get on with the next steps. I'll see you in just a second. Okay, so been at it for a little while, not quite done yet, but I've been using a very old from 2014 tutorial by NanoRex, and I'm really hoping that this actually works. So we're going to find out together here once I get it finished. But basically what we've got is, and I will link this in the description below, of course, as always. So basically this is a system that will not let the minecart leave unless it's full or there's no items in the chest. So basically it will come, it will fill the minecart is full, and then it will go, it will deposit, you know, all the things, come back. It'll take half a stack, return, grab half a stack, take it, put it back. And it should go pretty quick and be able to keep up with keeping all of the furnaces evenly distributed. So next up, we got to go ahead and add the same system over here for the fuel because, I don't know, eventually we'll have a lot of fuel and it just seems kind of dumb to not have this thing constantly chugging along. Maybe if we're really clever, we can figure out a way up in this area to get a big bamboo farm that will then come and feed into the system right here. So that could be something potentially that we work into. So I basically just have to go ahead and replicate this over here, and we should be good to go. And then we can give this thing a test run. But other than that, it's your basic, you know, furnace array. You've got, you know, your furnaces on top of your hoppers that go into your collection chest right up here at the front. This is where you will load the items to be smelted. They will get picked up by the hopper minecart that will be right here, which will then come and make a turn and then go and start depositing things all the way along. We've got one of these on every 8th block, so we shouldn't have any issues with the minecart not making it. And then at the end, it just, you know, bounces off and will come back. That way we can enter from this side and not have to like load the fuel on one end, load the smelting on the other end, which just seems like a big hassle to me. So yeah, basically we're going to go ahead and get that duplicated right here for our fuel. And then we should, in theory, have a working super smelter. It's going to poke out a little bit. Actually, it looks like it's just flush with this building. So that's pretty cool. We might be able to make like, we can probably work with that pretty well, especially if we have like a building that comes off right there, or if we even make it come out further and come around and kind of have a cap building right here, so to speak. Got an idea for that, but we'll have to figure out if we want to do this one right here and then have another building next to it facing outwards, which we'll probably do like a rounded building right here and then have some sort of flat building, maybe recessed a little bit right here where we can get into our smelter. And then the first floor will probably just be, you know, storage for like fuels and stuff or whatever the case may be. We got a bunch of room to work with right here that we probably won't ever come into. So if anything, it'll just be a nice large building that will take up some of this space here. And I will show you as soon as we sleep. We can hop into free cam and have a quick look. So yeah, ideally this building is going to come out, you know, pretty far. And if we look at this from like the big scope of things, it should encompass a nice chunk right here in the center. And then we can kind of have a little curvy building maybe coming around right here. And then some sort of other little end cap building facing that direction. So the front would be looking at it like this. You'd be looking at the front, have that right here. And then probably another little building right here. Then we can continue this path straight along here, get some buildings and stuff over there, and then we'll eventually figure out what we're going to do with this and this. Eventually, I do kind of want to put a big castle up here on this hill. That's going to be probably ultimately our mega base will be right there, but we'll have to see how things go. So anyways, I'm going to get the smelter finished up here, and then we'll join back up and give it a test run. So I'll see you momentarily. Alrighty, so we're back in the storage room, and I've got just over 5 stacks of coal here. So that way we can make sure that it actually deploys and then comes back and refills and goes again. So let's see here. We also are going to need to grab, I figure we'll just do some quartz blocks and smooth this, or make this into smooth quartz, because why not? We'll need it eventually. We've got plenty of the regular quartz. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Perfect. Alrighty. Let's go and try out this smelter and see if this thing actually works as intended. So let's go ahead and fly over. Okay, so hypothetically, we should be able to put 5 stacks or 6 stacks of our coal into there, like so. And then the minecart should deploy once it fills up. So let's see, once it can't hold anything else, is it going to go? Okay, looks like something is the matter. There's still items in. Okay, that's a bit of an issue. This might not actually work. Let's go ahead and just see here. Did I do something wrong? It does not look like either of these sides are going to deploy. Oh, that's not good. They might have changed something recently. Because these should have already went. That should have retracted because it got the minecarts full. Alright, well give me a moment to troubleshoot and hopefully we can come up with something here. Alright, we're going to try one last thing here and see if this makes any difference. And I feel like it might. I think the minecarts, when I place them ever so slightly off. So let's try putting the minecarts, starting them over here at this end. And then we can go and fill the hopper. So we'll put a minecart there, and that should get enough speed to get all the way to the end. And then it should stop. So we'll place one right there as well and follow this one back. Alright. It looks like they are docked, and that looks like it's actually detecting. So let's go ahead and try putting our smooth quartz back in here again. And that set it off right away. Okay, well, because it did not have enough items. So let's go ahead and just do that, and it'll probably send it right away. That's no big deal. Okay, it's going to come back. It's going to fill up. Okay, well, it got a decent amount. I don't know why it's not... How many... Oh, that's why. Okay, so the items are in the hopper, so we need to get everything into there. And then same with up here. Okay, so it just takes a little bit to... the things need to be ready in the hoppers, like so. Okay, so now it should come back and pick everything up. And then deploy as soon as it's full. And then if there's leftover items in the hoppers, it shouldn't have an issue. Alright, is there anything in there? Nope, that's emptied out. This one's still filling up. Perfect. Okay, and then it should go. And then I think it will continue to go until the minecarts are empty. Is this going to keep bouncing back? Yes, it is. Okay, it sees that there's items in there. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, the trick was it was not on the activator rail like it was supposed to. So you kind of got to prime the system before you can get things going here. But you can see it does exactly what it's supposed to do. And I think we'll be a little bit off just because of the little issue at the beginning there. But there's 9 in that one. And then if we come back here to the very beginning, what do we got up at the front? Should be around 9, 10, 11. Okay, so it's overfilled it ever so slightly, but for the most part, it looks like this one, is this one all done? Yes, it is. Okay, so that's finished taking its load. This one should be just about done because that one was running while we were doing this one, and perfect. We are all finished. Let's see, there's 11 in that one. And then if we come down to the end here, we probably got a similar 9, 9, 9, 8, 11. So we'll go ahead and do... I'll take 3 of those, put 8, 1 in here, okay, 9, 9, 8, 1 back, 11. Okay, so yeah, these last couple just didn't quite get enough. So what we'll have to do is just balance those out. And then in the future, when we're loading this up, we'll just put everything directly into the minecarts and we should be good to go. But yeah, overall, I would say that's a successful episode. I mean, it's not the best smelter, but at least it won't have the issues that we were having in the beginning with our other smelter, you know, not evenly distributing. This one, I mean, it's got its little kinks, but overall, I think it should work pretty well. And as you can see, we've got all of our smooth quartz coming in. So yeah, that is a successful build, you know, for the time being, until we've got some more redstone at our disposal. I think we'll be sticking with this smelter, and then eventually we can possibly do a way fancier one over there in the up in the jungle in our castle. Once we get to it, we'll do a full, you know, evenly distributed, you know, perfectly timed redstone machine. But this one, for now, perfectly good. You know, it gives us a nice way to fill up some of this space. I mean, granted, we do kind of have an open area here, but we can just have the wall line up with the back of this, and that shouldn't be any issues at all, assuming it's a odd number, because I always like to build in odds. But that being said, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell button so you're notified every time a new video comes out. Check out all my links in the description below, as well as the tutorial from NanoRex for the item unloaders. I mean, like I said, it's a little bit of an old tutorial, but still holds up just fine apparently, so that's good there. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.